Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Glove Love podcast. Once again, we have another fantastic guest from Instagram today. We have the official Lawn Dad. You can find him at LawnDad Official on Instagram. He is just a dad enjoying lawn care stuff, according to his bio. So let's see if that's really true. So, how are you today,
Yes.
Mr. Darren?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing fantastic. So,
Good.
how'd you get started in this whole lawn care world?
Yeah, I just started about 4 years ago when we bought this house, and the lawn wasn't looking too good. So I decided to take it upon myself to, try to make it a little bit better, and started doing some research on products and equipment, and went down this rabbit hole of lawn care and turf maintenance. And I just started, documenting my progress over the years on Instagram, and here we are today. So it's been a lot of fun. It's a great community, and I'm definitely honored to be part of it.
So I know it seems people either do or don't have a lawn care business from the guys we've talked to so far. So it seems like
Yes.
you didn't come from the lawn care business. Have you thought about
No.
starting one since doing it?
No, I mean, just in the sense of maybe like a boutique style lawn care, something that, people would value, extreme attention to detail and things like that. But it's not something I'm pursuing. I just like, sharing my progress on Instagram and interacting with people and learning from others. So it's just been a lot of fun doing that. So I don't think I'll start a landscape company. I'm here in North Georgia, so it's extremely warm in the summers, and I don't know how those guys do it out in the heat all day. So,
So what do you do for work instead of running any lawn care businesses?
yeah. So I'm in corporate finance and financial planning and analysis for a pretty large company globally. So it's mostly doing a lot of forecasting, budgeting, analysis of the business and helping them, grow the business through metrics and analysis, financial review, and things like that.
Very interesting. I think you're the first financial person we've had on. It's a very interesting
Yeah,
one.
it's totally different than lawn care, but lawn care is a good outlet for me to just kind of break away from the data and analytics and just enjoy being outside and, working on my passion.
So have you gotten to kind of work from home a bit more? And did you
Yeah,
take your work from home time to go out and on the lawn? And
I wish, but no, I mean, I've been home for 2 years. We just started going back into the office a couple months ago, a few days a week. So it's been a little adjustment to get back into the office, but it's okay. It's nice to see people again, and it's it's kind of a nice break from being home all the time. But no, unfortunately, when I'm working, I'm working.
so I did see you do have a little daughter. How old is she?
Yeah, she just turned 5
Oh.
in March, so she'll start kindergarten here in the fall. She's in preschool now.
And I did see you have a little mower for her. And are you
Yes.
thinking that you're going to start teaching her to stripe the yard here soon, or is she learning that kind of on her own?
Yeah, she grabs her little mower and follows me around the yard, and it's really cute. I like it. She always likes to pull weeds with me, and just learning the different names of the weeds, and she'll say, "Hey, we got to get that," and she just likes getting dirty. It's a lot of fun with her outside, and yeah, she enjoys being out there. So I'm thankful for that.
That's a lot of fun. I
Yeah,
remember
it is.
when I was younger, my parents had this. I don't know if they even still make them like this anymore. But we had a little play mower, but it actually like had plastic grass in there. So it
Oh,
actually looked like you
nice.
had clippings in there, like it was catching something.
Cool.
That was the
Yeah.
coolest thing. And I wonder if they still make stuff like that. I should look into that.
Yeah, I haven't seen them. They're just bubbles now, but
Oh.
she loves that. It's a
That's
good time
interesting.
for her. Yeah, get outside a little bit.
Yeah. So a lot of the lawn care guys we've talked to have a specific brand of mower that they absolutely love to use, and they will never switch to another one.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what would you say is your brand of mower that you will maybe switch from, or are you in love with your mower? Tell us about the mower.
Yeah. So I run a John Deere greens mower right now that the golf courses use to mow the putting greens. But Toro is another great brand out there in the golf and turf industry. I'm not biased to either one of them. There's also a company called Jacobson and plenty of others that make really good products. I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. I think it's just preference of the golf course. And most of us guys in more of this boutique style lawn care get them secondhand, right? Because these mowers are, they can go up to $15,000 for, a walk behind mower. So to pay that outright is a little tough. So we all buy them, secondhand from either golf courses or turf auctions, things like that. So no, I don't have a favorite brand. I think they're all good and unique in their own way. Each of them have pros and cons, just like any other company. But no, I'm not. I know a lot of the landscape guys that do it for a living have their favorites, whether it's Gravely or Skag or any of the others. There's tons of them. Toro. They all make really great products. I think it's just for those guys, it's whatever dealer is closest to you is typically who you go with, and for servicing, so you don't have to drive an hour to get your machine serviced. So no favorite brand for me. I like them all.
So you mentioned the putting mower, the putting height mower. Is there a specific advantage to mowing your lawn that low, or is that really that low? I've never actually heard of a putting mower before.
Yeah, so a lot of us southern turf grass guys and girls like to keep our lawn about an inch or lower. So I typically will mow at a half an inch, and these mowers allow you to go down to really, really short lengths, just over an eighth of an inch up to an inch or inch and a quarter typically is how high they'll go. So the shorter the grass, for mine, it's Bermuda. It really likes to be short because when it's short, it grows out instead of up, and it gets really thick. And that's how putting greens roll so well. It's because they're so thick and dense and short. So the Bermuda just likes the heat, and keeping it short allows that heat to get to the soil and the root system and help it grow. And Bermuda is also self-healing in the sense that it grows through rhizomes and stolons, which a lot of northern grasses like fescue, for example, doesn't. Fescue will grow up as one leaf blade, and then if it dies, you have to reseed. Where Bermuda, you could have a bare spot and it will continue to creep and grow. So we're kind of fortunate in that sense of not having to overseed every year like some of the northern guys do in the fall.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's pretty unheard of. We're up here in Ohio, and it's pretty unheard of, I think, to mow your grass that short, I think, from what I've learned anyway, from my my boyfriend's actually in the landscaping business. And I've got family who does landscaping too, and I've never heard them say that I could mow the grass. They're always concerned about mowing too short. So that's an interesting concept.
The up north, it's typically as high as you can go, as high as your mower will go. Most people will mow around 3 to 4 inches is ideal, because it needs that type of grass needs as much sunlight to hit those blades of grass in order to, stay healthy. So there is a trend kind of going around over the last year or so with, northern grasses being cut really short, and they're doing a really good job at overseeding to make it super thick. So they're pushing the limits of the grass, and I find it really interesting and congratulate them for, just trying something new and cutting northern turf grass that should be cut at, 2, 3, 4 inches down to an inch or lower. It's pretty impressive.
I know I did see a trend recently as I was scrolling on, I think might have been my personal account, but have you seen the trend where people are doing the clover lawns? I think it's mainly out west that I'm seeing them. What's your thoughts on those?
Yeah, I mean, everybody has their opinions on turf grass or sustainable grasses. A lot of clover grasses have benefits for nature. So a lot of people believe in planting, a seed or a lawn that can give back to the environment, whether it be bees or other insects to pollinate. I find it interesting. To each their own. I think there's benefits to each of them. And more power to them. You do you. I mean, as long as you're out there enjoying it and that's what you enjoy doing, then by all means, go for it.
So you've learned the lawn care side of things. Do you think you're going to start up landscaping projects anytime soon? Learn how to do some paver patios or anything interesting like that?
Yeah, I mean, the farthest that I've got is, making a play area for my daughter's play set with my wife and her. So we dug out this 24-foot by 24-foot area for her play set to go into and made a walkway down. But no, I don't think so. I would love to, but those guys are just on another level that can do that and do it precisely with the right materials. It's tough to be able to get all those materials, without having a bunch of deliveries and things like that, not really knowing exactly how to, grade properly and slope. And so you don't get, sinking underneath your pavers or whatever. So I wish I had that skill, but unfortunately they're better at it than I am.
Pay the pros, right?
I'll just stick to turf grass.
Pay the pros.
Exactly. Yeah, pay the pros.
Do you have so with the turf grass, can you stripe it as well and like as defined as the higher grasses?
Yeah. With the greens mowers that we use, they don't have wheels, like 4 wheels like a traditional lawnmower would have. So they have these rollers and there's this big drum on the back. And then there's typically there's always a roller on the front. So you have 2 rollers that propel one of them, the rear drive cylinder propels the mower forward. And these mowers, these walk behind mowers weigh about 250 pounds. So they're very heavy. So when you have that much weight and that big roller on the back, you're pushing those grass blades down, one way and then down the other way. And then when the sun hits it, you can see it. So yeah, absolutely. A lot of the taller grasses, right? They stripe really, really nice because there's more blade of grass to, kind of push down. So I mean, fescue lawns are beautiful striped. But yeah, you can do it with ours. It's no problem as long as you have the right kind of cylinder mower to do it.
What would you say is your favorite pattern to go in? Because I know some guys like to go horizontally, some guys like to make circles. What would you say is your favorite way to go so far?
I think just straight up and down from the road. The sun comes, over from starting from the back of my house and sets on the front of my house. So in the afternoons when that sun hits, the late afternoon sun, it just stripes the lawn really well. So probably just straight up and down, maybe a single double where it's one thin strip and then, two thicker strips. And it just adds a pretty cool pattern. But that's definitely my favorite just because of the way the sun passes over my house.
That's a nice way to look at it, though.
Yeah.
What would you, if you were to give any advice, because I've dipped into the lawn care, I've helped my family and my boyfriend out with the social media before. And the lawn care social media is a lot different than what I'm used to in the glove world, I guess I'll say.
Yeah.
So what would you say is your biggest tip for, let's say there's somebody out there that wants to start posting about their lawn journey? on Instagram, what would you say the biggest tip is for them for getting started and kind of building?
Just post what you enjoy doing. I think when you're passionate about the content that you're creating, I think that shows and it makes it really enjoyable to make. Nobody's perfect at the beginning, right? I mean, none of us are perfect. And I think there's a lot to learn from everyone. And when you start to post, you start getting engagement with your content and you start to learn from other people and build those relationships. Mm-hmm. And I really feel like if you just step out of your comfort zone, which is really hard for me, I'm an introvert by nature. Like I'm not an outgoing, extroverted person at all. But the community really makes it. The lawn care and landscape community is just second to none. Everyone is very welcoming and polite and courteous, very respectful and encouraging to one another. And it just makes it a lot of fun. So I think I've tried to convince a couple of my followers to just start posting. It doesn't matter what your lawn looks like. It'll get better over time, right?
Yeah.
And just keep working at it and you'll love it. And it's good. I feel like it's just good documentation of progress in something that you enjoy doing. And it doesn't matter if it's knitting or, crafting or whatever it is, building race cars, just document it and learn. And not all communities are as friendly, but ours definitely is. And it's not only the content creators that are really supportive, but it's the brands too. I mean, you guys as well, just being able to, reach out and have a conversation with people, tell us a little bit about the brand and, what benefits there are. And I just found that even the brands that are in our little community are just top notch. They're all good in their own ways. And I think they offer a lot of benefits to people, especially people that are just getting into taking care of their own lawn. Paying for a service is only getting more and more expensive every year. And I think a lot of people recently, since the pandemic, have, kind of taken it on themselves. And, they come to Instagram and Facebook and YouTube to learn. And I think it's a very good learning community. So just get out there, start posting, start making content and engaging with people, and everyone will be better for it.
Solid advice.
Yeah.
What would you say is then your biggest tip so let's say when your neighbor says, wow, your lawn looks superb. What would you say is your biggest tip for how to get the lawn that you have?
Believe it or not, it's not a bunch of fancy chemicals that really make that start your lawn off. Mowing. It would be mowing. Mow as often as you possibly can. It just encourages the plant to continue to grow and fill in. So at least for Bermuda. So mow as often as you can, get on a good watering schedule, and figure out what your soil needs. I think we worry too much sometimes about the grass itself, and instead of really focusing on our soil. So if you have really, really good soil, then you'll have healthy grass. It's really tough here in the South with our red clay soil. It's like concrete. So buying products that help break that soil up and add nutrients to it is excellent, and making nutrients more available to the plant is super important. So focus on mowing, get on a good watering schedule, get a soil test if you need to, so you know what your lawn is lacking and what you need. And then find a product or products that are in your budget to start applying. There's plenty of information out there on all these platforms to be able to learn. So there's a lot of people too that will help you along the way. I'm constantly, engaging with people and answering their questions. What's going on with my lawn? Or, what product would you suggest for this or that? And I'm always happy to help. So I think that's the most important thing, is just mowing, because I don't think people really do that enough.
Okay. Very interesting. Well, I'll let you go and get back to maybe mowing if you've got the time there. It's still
Yeah,
daylight
might be
enough
able to
for
get a
it.
mow in this evening. Yeah, we'll see.
Are you guys just now getting into season, or do you guys have a
We
big off
are.
season out in Georgia? Or because we
No,
obviously have
yeah.
to
So
take a break for the fall and snow, but
yeah. No, we just got started here in March. It starts to green up. So it's a big time for people to in the south to scalp all the dead grass
okay.
that dies over the winter because Bermuda dies. The top growth dies out, and then new growth happens right every year. So scalping that down as low as you can and getting ready for that new grass to start growing. So we're just kind of picking up here. A lot of people are seeing good green up, and it's our go time. So from here till September, so it's people are going to be busy. So they're going to be hitting it hard, which is really good.
It's exciting. Gives you something to do.
Yeah, it
Look
is.
forward to.
It sure does. Yeah, it's a good time. Looking forward to this season.
Heck yeah. All right. Well, we're going to send you a little certificate of our appreciation for coming on the podcast. You can hang
Well,
it on the
thank
wall,
you,
put it on the desk, wherever you want it to
thank
go.
you.
We'll make sure that gets out to you tomorrow, probably.
Okay,
Because I'm not able to send that right now.
sure.
This
Yeah.
isn't my lovely office abode, but
Yes.
so we'll send that out to you. Otherwise, is there
Okay.
any other shout outs or anything that you want to say before we wrap up here?
No, just go after it and start. You have to start somewhere. So take this as an opportunity to get started and enjoy being outside and being in the lawn. That's the most important thing for everybody.
Perfect. Very positive. I like that.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've really liked with the two most positive communities we've encountered so far is the barbecue world, well, cooking, I
Yes.
should say.
Yeah.
Cooking and the lawn care guys. You guys are everybody's just so positive. We love it.
Yeah, they are. I was into barbecue for a number of years and smokers and all that. And yeah, tons of content creators. Everybody's really nice. You can reach out to them. They'll get back to you. And I really feel like a lot of our community does that. I mean, I've reached out to people before I even had Instagram, before I had a first post, and people were more than happy to engage with me and help me along. So they are very good communities.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and do our little outro wrap up here. So thank you everyone so much for listening or watching the Glove Love podcast. You can again find Mr. Darren the LawnDad on Instagram, primarily at LawnDad Official. Are you planning on joining the TikTok community anytime soon? I know the lawn care people are on there.
They are. I kind of just dabble in it, but yeah, it's really tough. There's a lot of users on there, and I don't know. I just kind of use TikTok as a way to just go enjoy other people's content.
That's one way
So
to do.
I think I'll leave that to some of the other guys and girls out there.
That's fair. All right,
Yeah,
so you can find him on Instagram for now.
for now. We'll see.
All right, and we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, everybody.
Okay. Bye, everyone.